So I want to tell you why I got into shaved ice. I was working at a college. I was a director of education, making $55,000 a year, and I was teaching at another college, making another $20,000+ a year. I was working from sun up to sundown, so I was already used to working a lot of hours, but I wasn't making the type of money I wanted to make. I had college degrees that I had to pay for from a private college. That's not a cheap life. So I knew I needed to start my own business. I had owned franchises in the past. I had owned a franchise I ran remotely from Tulsa, and I owned a franchise in California, and I owned one when I lived in Dallas. So I lived the franchise life, but I always only had one foot in, and I knew I was more than a entrepreneur. I knew I was an entrepreneur. I knew I was a business owner. So I knew it was time for me to do my own thing. I wanted to make more money. My head was right against the ceiling. I knew the person right above me was never gonna move away, was never gonna be done making what they were gonna make. I was gonna have to leave the city, leave the state. I loved living near my family. I didn't wanna do that. So I jumped out of education. I turned in my notice, and I didn't have a nest egg. I didn't know what I was gonna do, but I did it anyway. So that's when I started looking. Did I wanna do dog grooming? Did I wanna do cabinet refinishing? I landed on shaved ice because I knew it had low cost, low barrier. It was easy to enter, and I could figure it out pretty quickly. And my dad was a carpenter, so I would have him and I build the buildings together. I got out. It was the best decision of my life. We made hundreds of thousands of dollars in the first year. In the first couple seasons, we did over $500,000, and it was just a complete blast. We went from one stand to 3 locations, to having a trailer, to doing events across the city all year round, to having vendors that carried my product. I'm gonna teach you how to do all of these things in this course.